Hello, chicos and chicas. How you doing? I am Maggie Love, and thank you for joining me on my channel. When you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like and leave your comments because I would love to hear from you because I'm sure you are doing wonderful or you're on your way to wonderful, wonderful things. Okay, we are doing a slow crawl through the magic of everyday life with Maria Szepes, and we are cutting on through or slow crawling through chapter 3 to see what sticks that might be helpful for your process in this life or just uplifting to you. So here we go. Another example. We are convinced that our distorted, unfriendly inner space is a result of certain external conditions and relationships. We believe we are the victims of unfortunate circumstances and malevolent people. We are suffering unfairly. So I just want to say, side note, we all don't have the same experience. And some of us do come in with immediate trauma or abuse or whatever. I am not here to discredit those experiences, but I'm just saying that we do have a point at any time to change the game and choose to step in a new direction. That's what I'm encouraging for you. We watch the development of events and the boundless selfishness, lack of sympathy, and unpleasantness of people who seemingly take masochistic relish in our problems. We're seeing a lot of this now with the pandemic and world events. But that's why you matter, and that's why you're here to change, help bring in the new earth, and be the love quotient on this planet. So they're drowning in waves of antipathy. We track the thread of our plague with our own internal commentary, which is in a neon spotlight, glow incandescent, becoming the governing ideas of every motif in our life. Guys, if you're going to be flashing a bright light in your life on what your life is about, make sure you're blasting something good, okay? The motif of your life is positive. Its fluid tops the basin of our thoughts. Our concepts photopherence as toxic fleshy swamp flora, exuding penetrating, disintegrating emanations that begin to dominate our entire organism, psychological life, and mood. So if you are in the negative spectrum, this is just going to affect your total being, your psychological life, your mood, your heart, your mind, everything. And it's also the same if it's in the positive region. We respond to every external move or gesture towards us with suspicion, sharp, skeptical, diversionary, or offensive action, again, determining in a negative context our further interaction with the world. So sometimes when we get caught in these negative feedback loops, what's inside is going to be outside. Like everybody is us pushed out. And so we're kind of ensuring that we're going to continue to have more and more negative experiences. Now, the universe will test you. Part of that, we got to learn to look at our shadow side. We got to learn to look at what's difficult. But we also are in a process. We're upgrading to the new earth. So we have to expect some of these growing pains. Babies come in through usually quite a bit of labor and pain. But at the end, you have this beautiful baby birthed in. It's the same thing with our dreams, with our gifts of service, our purpose, and our goals. So let's continue. Let us now look for a way out of this rather chronically diseased condition. Before anything else, we must change our basic attitude. So attitude check. We need to recognize our own inner conduct as a cause of the injuries we suffer, not external appearances. We post our equation at the core of our worldview by way of life's most occult and deepest law. The external circumstances are always secondary. The reaction of our intellect and character to transpiring events determines good or bad fate. Realignment of the two immediately and decisively changes the internal condition of power. Virtual avalanches and unusual leveling takes place, and enormous pressures are released. Why? Because changing our attitude, our commentary, our events must of necessity also create change inside the body. So the basin of our thoughts becomes filled with different content. And here is where we return to the axon that is possible to realign negative tendencies if we allow them to surface diluted with antitoxins. So when we are willing to face our shadow side, our negativity, and let it come out as undiluted with the antitoxin, we are able to transform into our best and brightest being, which we're here to do because we're here to give our acts of service, our purpose, our dreams, and our goals. So we want to be in our best state possible. Even in the news perspective, we cannot deny the seemingly true nature of experiences bombarding our way. Life undoubtedly is not an uninterrupted fun holiday, but for almost everyone is a struggle, a complicated achievement, a work that requires total preparation and concentration. We do not absolve ourselves from responsibility in this dynamic process, right? We take responsibility. No matter what is done to us, we rise above to take action, to take the steps in the direction of our purpose, our gifts of service, our dreams, and our goals to elevate the new earth. Our definitions palpate not around the projection, but around the cluster causing the projection. So negative, positive, what are we trying to project? All at once, we feel we cannot rebuke some threatening, obscene gesture by a mirror image, or be frightened by the jerky movements of shadows projected on a wall from a light source behind us that we cannot see. Consequently, our inner commentaries are verbalized something like this. People are envious. This is true. But I am envious also. The envy is directed towards acquiring something exceptional, different from anything I possess. Some people are weighed down by the fact that something else has something that makes them outstanding and that they are cast into the shadow besides it. So remember we were talking about being the lead actor or the supporting actor in your life? Do not be cast into the shadow of your own life. This is your life and we need you to be you. You matter. Every person's individual has a different gift to give. Nobody can be you. So I just want to encourage you to be you all day, every day. Okay, going on. What could this feeling be in its pure original form other than yearning to possess the most beautiful, greatest, and most valuable energies? When we begin to distill this cosmic, viscous, dangerous material, it becomes rarer and even more fleeting, right? Because when you start filling up that tank and you start like phasing out the negative and it starts filling with positive, overflowing, and like as we get into more, as I teach more, we're going to get into these concepts deeper. A lot of us know a lot of what's going on a deeper level, but we want to kind of start where we are, and we're going to get deeper and deeper as we get into this channel. But it can go, you can go from like talking about spiritual transformation. Anyway, I'm just using simple terms right now, positive and negative. We want you brimming with positivity. We want people to be magnetized to you for your positivity, your goodwill, your good soul, your positive intent. Okay, it floats upward and expands. Okay, so let me go back to this. When we begin to distill this cosmic, viscous, dangerous material, it becomes rarer and even more fleeting. It floats upward and expands into the higher regions. It encompasses dimensions in the momentum of its yearning, and finally rises completely above the heavy clawed layers impregnated with death. Everybody, let us rise above death. So I have this saying most of my life, and working with people, and I used to say, die before you're dead. So die to your old self. Die before you're dead so you can live. So the parts of us that are negative or decrepit or ruminating these patterns that don't serve, die. Let those parts die. Die before you're dead so you can live. You know, let's live. Okay. So here we go. Because envy is also bound by the spirit's overall comprehensive ability, Its direction is tailored by the objective deemed so valuable. And the value judgment truly goes through an enormous transformation in the distillation process. So many of us are in that distillation process. Call it what you want, transformation, call it the Kundalini, call it the Holy Spirit, call it whatever you want, but we are distilling the spirit to the highest places. One by one, it casts off those ideas that under a new, increasingly broader perspective dwindle, fade, and are exposed by the empty, impermanent substitute tools they are. Woo-hoo-hoo. So guys, I just want to thank you. Thank you too, Whiskey. I want to thank you for joining me on my channel. I'm going to be praying and sending you health, wealth, and love, and just every blessing. I want to continue to encourage you to look for the magic of everyday life in your life, because it's within you and it's all around you. You live, move, and breathe in God, in this universe, and you are the God particle, and the Spirit of God is flowing right through you, and it's you. So when you do get a chance, I want to encourage you to subscribe and like, and please leave your comments. Continue to see the magic of everyday life and know that you are miracles. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and remember, peace in, peace out.